Hello, hello, beautiful souls. Welcome, welcome to the Blooming Lotus Healing channel. My name is Jikara, and I am a spiritual healing facilitator. And I am here super excited for our Thursday lives. You know that I like to bring people here. So I have an Evolve Me practitioner today. His name is Derrick McBride, and we're going to be discussing on and learning how to connect to our intuition. So I'm super excited, not only because Derrick is an amazing, powerful seer, but also because we don't really get too many males in these community. So it's really exciting to have a divine masculine here with us today. And so a couple of announcements I wanted to bring forth before we get started. I do have the class already up, the one that I was talking about last week, the soul relationships class. So if you want to sign up and learn how to connect to your Akashic records and your soul relationships records, then you want to head over to evolveme.com and sign up for the workshop, the soul relationships workshop. So I'm going to go ahead and just tell you a little bit about Derrick. So Derrick is a talented psychic, clairvoyant, medium, and healer whose profound love, respect, and admiration for this beautiful experience of life is the innate yearning to help others realize their true inner light, love, and infinite potential has made him a compassionate psychic, healer, and spiritual developer. Derrick has been interested in spirituality all his life, with several unexplained yet beautiful occurrences that only deepen his curiosity. After an energy healing session he had some years ago, this is when things really shifted for him, and he started getting serious about his spiritual path and purpose. So I'm super excited to bring forward Derrick. So let's go ahead and give him a welcome. Here we are. Hi, Derrick.
Hello, Jikara. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Welcome to this live stream. Super excited to have you, and just floored by your amazing energy, and I can't wait for us to learn so much more about you and basically how to connect to our intuition. So we have some people here. Hi, Jennifer. So Jennifer Ford is here saying hello. So welcome, everyone. Feel free to ask questions as we, of course, as you already know, the first section of this live is going to be us basically talking about how to connect to your intuition. So we're going to be learning from Derrick. So if you have any questions for Derrick, you're more than welcome to post them on the comment section, and then we will address those as we go. So the more communicate with us and ask us questions, the more interactive this live stream will be. So all right, so Derrick, I just wanted to just open up the space. First of all, tell us a little bit about your experience of really connecting to your own intuition. How was that experience for you? What was the first aha moment for you?
Wow. The first aha moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to pin down because it's like for me, it happened kind of gradually. There's so many small ones, and it's just like you kind of hear that inner voice, and you feel it that like yes, it's right. It's right, but it's kind of goes against what you want to do at first. And then once you listen to it, once you start listening, really trusting it, and you get them aha moments like later on in the day or the following day where it's like, oh, so that's why they told me to do that. Ah, okay. And you do it stuff like, aha, you got me. All right, I'm trusting, I'm digging it, I'm vibing with it, and man, it's a feeling that's really hard to explain, and you've been through it, so I know but for someone who hasn't yet, it's so hard to explain. It's just that expansion of the heart and expansion of your energy when you absolutely know without a doubt that you are connected to spirit, to your own intuition, that we're not limited. We're not limited by, I guess, three-dimensional realm and world. it's a very freeing, very feeling of wholeness and connectedness. You don't feel alone at all when you experience this, because you absolutely know that you have guides, you have ancestors, you have loved ones, you have divine higher beings just around you and supporting you all the time. It's just an amazing, amazing feeling to know that and
Mm.
feel that without a doubt. It's hard to explain for anybody who hasn't yet. Start trusting. When you feel them when you feel them tugs to pull you somewhere or listen to something, trust that, and you'll get them. Oh, so that's why that happened. The more you trust that, the more it just expands and grows in your relationship with spirit and your higher self and God, source, Buddha, Allah, whatever you call it. It just deepens, and it's amazing. It really is. It's changed my life more than words can express.
Yeah, I know. I can understand where you're coming from. I feel like when we were talking about our connection to spirit, it can be so like this feeling of awe, right? That it's kind of hard to even sometimes put things into words. And what I really love the fact that you said something really really interesting here, because I think it's important that our listeners understand this. And I love that you mentioned this, because the same thing happened to me, and I noticed that this is the same thing that happens with a lot of other practitioners, is that it doesn't happen on one time, like it hits you. It's more of like it gets you. It's a more gradual thing. So you start
Yeah.
kind of listening. I know for me, and I don't know if this was the same for you, but for me, the first time that I started listening was because I was going through a really tough time, and my guides really wanted to to get my attention. So it kind of got a little louder for me,
Hmm.
where the synchronicities were like, okay, if you do this, then this will happen, and then if I didn't do it, then the opposite would happen. So then I started seeing how these little nudges were actually trying to guide me the right direction.
Yes.
But it wasn't perfect, right? And it's funny because I had people tell me before, oh, I bet that you've always been so connected. I'm like, no. It's not always been the case for me. It's
No,
been like a very gradual thing where I start to, it's almost like experimental in a
it is.
way.
It is. Yeah,
Right? Did that happen for you as well? Like
it
you were
did.
kind of like, oh, okay, let me just try this, and maybe this is what I'm supposed to be doing, or this is the guidance, or maybe this is my intuition. And then when you did follow through, then you can see how things start expanding for you. So can you tell me a little bit about maybe like a couple of times where you may have had like an experience with your intuition, um like at the beginning, where you were like you weren't unsure, but then later on when you did take that action, you were like, oh, that was my intuition and that was my guidance. Do you have like maybe any memory you can share with us? Because I feel
Yeah.
like that's important, that
Oh,
practical.
absolutely, absolutely. And this is a small one. Like, I was out of town working, and I was just starting to head home, and my daughter called, and there was some kind of issue to where I need to be there right away. God, I don't remember the issue right now, but I was like at least 2 3 hours away, and I was like, Spirit, I don't know how I'm gonna get there. I need to get there. And she needs me. She needs this fix. I'm giving it to you, and I don't know how I was gonna get there. I mean, she called my wife, her mom, and a few other people. No one was answering, and it just seemed like I don't know what's gonna happen. And when I said that, I kind of felt this like peace and just like feeling it. Okay, like okay, just trust. Everything's cool. And like 10 minutes later, my daughter called. Hey, it's all right. False alarm. This happened. I got a hold of this person. They came, and everything's good now. And I I guess it wasn't necessarily like trusting your intuition, but spirit came in and just like gave me that peace and knowing that, hey, everything's gonna be just fine. Chill out, relax. Don't drive 100 miles an hour trying to get there and possibly hurt yourself or somebody else. It was just that feeling of everything's cool, everything's good. We got you, we got her, and you're Zhang. a-okay. Everything's perfect. That was one time. And I have countless times too where I'll do lives in the morning, and I drive so much all over, all over Washington, Oregon, and Idaho and Montana for my work. So, and not everywhere has service. So I'm like, all right, I want to do a live this morning. Where's the best place? And I was even doing it for today. Like, where's the best place to go today? And Spirit Spirit gives me a location, and I'm like, are you sure I have service there? I don't really remember having service there, and it'll pop in again, and then it's like, okay, all right, I'm
And
trusting
that's
you, and
it. Yeah.
that's it. Yeah, got here, everything's cool. I was cutting it close. I kind of had some technical difficulties with my phone, but we're here, we're on, and everything's cool. And it's just that trust. It's just that trust. That's especially trusting, because a lot of times it does come right down to the wire, right down to the
Mm.
wire, and it's like, man, Spirit, you just said you got me. I trusting, and then right when it's at that point of, I don't know, everything just falls into place perfectly.
That's so beautiful. Yeah, I think that's really a very key element, right? Like if you want to start connecting to your intuition, you want to at least trust. Like that's like the
Absolutely.
base, a basic thing that you want to make sure that you do is to trust, so that you can start listening, right, and start acting. Because if there's no trust, I feel like you'll never really fall into that intuitive path. Like it's just not going to work. So I'm kind of curious to know, like, what exactly do you do to help you with your intuition? Or how have you developed your intuition throughout this time?
A lot of breathing, slow breathing into my heart center, because through the, like, I've taken mediumship courses and really connected with spirit, and they always say connect to my heart, and it can be different for everybody. But for me, it was really connecting into your heart, breathe into your heart center. And when I do that, I feel that peace within. And when I ask the questions, I ask for the guidance, and I'll even put a picture up to, like, all right, where do I go from here? And I'll, once I breathe into my heart center, I'll put that picture up, and it'll show me where to go. But for me, it really starts with centering myself in my heart, the spiritual center. I feel like this is like our spiritual center is our heart center. It's where, our mind says one thing, but if it resonates in here, that's the truth. And that's the
That's
big key.
powerful.
And I think that's a big key also with trusting, because your egoic mind or conscious mind can say one thing, like, well, spirit says this, but that makes no sense. Why would I do that? And that's where it really comes
Yeah.
back into the going within and trusting. And I always say, take baby steps if you have to. Take baby steps. So, like, all right, what loaf of bread is better for our army? Wheat or whole grain, and you'll really feel into little things like that at first. So you're not jumping into it, over the cliff kind of thing. Something super super important. Start small if you have to. Start with
I love
little
that.
decisions, because it can be very hard for some people who haven't, just to be like, okay, do I have to quit my job today? Is there something better out there? It can be very hard to really trust for a first time person in a major decision like that. So I always say, start small. Build that baby steps. It's okay. It don't matter how far you go, just as long as you're moving forward. I think that's
That is
really
so
important.
powerful. I love that. I love that because it really, I think that sometimes we tend to put ourselves in situations where we would just want to do it all from the
Yeah.
beginning. And it's important. I love what you're saying about just taking little baby steps, like using your intuition for simple things, just even at the grocery store, right? Like if you're going
Yeah.
out and you're getting, food, like maybe trying to feel into what's best for you and
Exactly.
like using your intuition for what you need at the moment versus, well, I'm gonna just try to download this whole thing about my, what life, changing experience I'm gonna do, like instead of going that direction, going more towards the,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
feel like that also makes you more comfortable with it, right? Like when
it
you
does.
start doing that more often, it gets you to the point where you're more comfortable, to where you can get to the point where, eventually you will be able to make bigger decisions and you'll feel more aligned, um
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
you and I were talking about this a little while ago. I want to say like 3 weeks ago, we were talking about also staying authentic to yourself. Do you feel that
Absolutely.
authenticity also can affect your intuition?
Absolutely. 100%. Because if we're not true to ourselves, it's like we're putting this mask or veil, or even spirit has come across saying it almost like separates us from our truth. Because when we're not aligned, when we're not being truthful to ourselves and to those around us, it's like we don't even know who we are, because we get so caught up in the make believe. It's hard to trust when we're not fully in our center. It's not hard to trust when we're not fully into who and what we are. It's hard. It can be very difficult when we're pulled in every direction, when we're part of this group or part of this party or part of this whatever family structure or religion or whatever. It can be very hard to stay in our truth, but it's so important, because it's the only way we truly know ourselves, the only way we truly can connect and truly feel safe too. Because if we don't even feel safe with who we are, it's hard to feel safe on the outside also. And it's just,
Mm,
and being and feeling safe with spirit, if you never have, it can be very difficult for some people, because you're trying to trust something that you can't see, hear, taste, or touch. We're so involved in our five senses that if it's not this, if it's not something I can tangibly touch or feel or something, it can be very hard to trust it. It's the unknown, and we've been taught that the unknown is scary, but
yeah.
that's why it's I think it's absolutely important to just be 100% genuine, as hard as it can be. Just trust that. Just trust that fact, because it's vital. I really do feel like it is vital. I mean,
Do you
it's
feel, I feel like also when it comes down to because we were talking in the beginning, if you want to connect your intuition, you want to start with trust. But the important part of trust is that the trust starts with ourselves first. And
absolutely.
in order for us to trust ourselves, we have to be authentic and know who we are at the very core. And that, I feel, that builds that trust. Like, I feel like that's
Absolutely.
what creates that trust for us. And then Christine, well, her name is Moonstruck on here on YouTube, but she's asking, how do we make sure we're being true to ourselves? That's a very good question. That's a
For
very good
me, it's right
question.
in here. For me, it's right in here, and Spirit says that a lot. Like a lot of the readings I do, they say feel into it. Feel into it. When you have that feeling of your heart, kind of your center kind of like tightening up, kind of clenching down, and like feeling small, that can be a sign that you're not being true to yourself. When you
Mm,
ask a question, and your heart kind of expands, you feel that kind of expansion, you feel that kind of peace, you feel that kind of security and safety, and for me, it's that expansion, and that's what Spirit has told me a lot too. For other people, just feel that expansion in your heart area. Go to your heart, because, like I say, your conscious mind can tell you one thing, but when you feel the answer, you know, your spiritual heart doesn't lie. I mean, that's what's connected to source, to all. So really feel into it. Feel into it, and it can take some time to really develop that. It's just like any other sense or skill. It takes a little bit. It can take a little bit at a time, but feel into it. Ask the questions and really feel into it, and ask spirit to, like, help me feel it. Help me feel the answer.
mm. And then also, I feel like another way that you can make sure that you're being true to yourself is, you know, uh, little things like, for example, saying yes when you really mean to say no, or saying no when you really mean to say yes. Little things like that, that those little kind of like being mini lies that we tell ourselves, that can also get us in trouble. And I don't want to say in trouble, oh my gosh, you're in such trouble. But what I mean by that is more like it brings you into misalignment with your truth, right? So,
Absolutely.
what is your truth? And you can, I feel like we continue to get to know ourselves as we evolve as well. I feel like
Absolutely.
we don't necessarily reach a level of perfection, this ultimate perfection, at once. It's almost
No.
like a layering process of getting to know yourself, of getting to heal yourself. Everything is kind of like more on the onion type of thing. But the way that I can say, Christy, is that I would just say, just try to follow what Derrick said about following your heart, but also, how are you aligning your what you feel inside with the way you express yourself as well, or how you feel inside with the way you take action towards everything, Um, and then she says she is okay. So she was saying she's a people pleaser and she's working on that, but it's hard. Wasn't Rome wasn't built in a day, and no, it wasn't built in a day. And listen, we all
No.
struggle with it, and we all have our
Absolutely.
struggles, right? So, for example, if you're dealing with people pleasing, then recognizing, okay, catching it at the moment and saying, okay, I'm going to next time I'm going to take a baby step. And you take baby steps, right? Just baby
Yep.
steps, saying, okay, well, this time around I didn't do what I was set to do, but then next time I will take one step by saying no to when somebody asks me if I want coffee, uh, or tea, and then I say coffee because I see them just making coffee and I really want a tea, for example. And then next time you'll know, okay, yes, I really want tea. And then that's okay. you know so I know they're very simple, tiny little steps, but they really do make a big difference, kind of like how
Yeah,
Derrick
they
was
add up.
saying. The more you do things, the more comfortable you get.
Yep. All those little things add up. And like I say, it is a process, a never ending process of growth. Everything that happens in our life is a opportunity to either grow or step backwards. Everything. There's nothing that isn't. Every opportunity is an opportunity to move forward. It's all on the way we handle them and our perceptions of it. If we look at something like, man, that really kicked my butt. Now I'm down and feeling small. Then, that's kind of a step backwards a little bit. But if you look at that, like, wow, that kicked my butt. Wow, what can I learn from this?
Mm.
You know, what can I learn? How can I grow? How can I turn this into some kind of positive? And even if it's as small as maybe I just can't control everything, that is the lesson in itself, a major lesson for some people. Acceptance is a major lesson. If we see everything as growth, then everything is for our benefit. Everything is for our positive. There's truly nothing negative. And it's hard when, because life can kick us in the butt sometimes. But when we look at those things as just opportunities to get stronger, because they really are. They really are. There's a beautiful quote by Rumi. The wound is where the light shines through. I believe
Mm.
that's how it goes. I love that because it's absolutely true. And spirit, so I was kind of like talking to spirit and pulling one of my shaman cards, and the blade came up, and they said the blade that cuts is the blade that heals, but it's all on our perception of it and how we look at it. Because that blade can cut us and strike us down small and just damage us, or it can just be like, damn, that hurt, but now I'm stronger. Now I can relate to other people. Now I can be a vessel for understanding or healing for somebody else that may need it also. So it's all about our perceptions and how we look at the situations and things.
Mm.
Always
And
keep always
that's
keep that
beautiful
positive
because
thing.
seeking that person. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good.
um so when it comes down to perception, and you said something really interesting as well, acceptance. I feel like acceptance is also really important when it comes down to our intuition. And
Absolutely.
because if we're not accepting ourselves for who we are, then how do we know who we are in the first place? You know what I mean? So, like, how do
Very
we
true.
even know the map of our existence, or the map of who we are, if we don't really accept ourselves fully? So that, I feel like that also affects our intuition, right? Because if we don't know
Absolutely.
the limits of who we are, then how do we know that something is coming in from our guides? We won't know, because we don't know ourselves. So
Absolutely.
so I love how this is kind of weaving in some beautiful. So far we have trust, right? And we
Absolutely.
have being authentic with yourself, and then we also have acceptance. I feel like those are really powerful, things
Absolutely.
that we want to practice in our intuitive practices. So
Absolutely.
hi Fabrice, welcome. Yeah, so I wanted to ask you, so for you, like, what is your daily routine that you would do? Like, tell us, like, what do you do daily, or maybe weekly, or however times you do it, to really get yourself attuned to your intuition.
Well, every morning I try to like sit up in bed. I'll shut my alarm off, keep the light off, and just sit up in bed and go quiet and really build my energy. Go around my body, just building my energy up. Because we want our energy nice and full and big and beautiful. And a lot of times I say it's a brand new day. It's a brand new day. It's a brand new me, brand new experiences. Flush out everything from the day before and just be like, today is new. Today is now. It is right now. It's new. Nothing from yesterday affects me. It's gone. I've gained the learning. I've let it go. And then just really focus on building energy. And then I try to go quiet and just ask if there's anything that spirit wants me to know. And just that alone is, asking, connecting with spirit. Hey, is there anything I need to know, and really feel into the answer? Because a lot of times the mental chatter gets in there. But again, it's about trusting. You'll like get a certain message, and you'll kind of feel it. For me, I'll feel the message. I'll feel it in like my heart center that like separates it from the mental chatter between what's really coming in. And that's something I try to do every day. I mean, life gets in the way, and that's for everybody. Don't be too hard on yourself if you do it in practice and you miss a day or two. I mean, this experience is busy and crazy, but that's something I try to do every day. And connect with nature is a big thing too. For me,
Mm,
it's a major thing. Is connecting with nature. Is It connects us to the present moment. It connects us to the beautiful energies that's all around us. And there's so much guidance in nature alone. I mean, you look at all the elements of nature: earth, air, water, fire. There's guidance and wisdom and medicine just in that. So not tapping into that wisdom and energy and medicine, I think is a real detriment to all of us if we don't. Because I mean, it's right there all around us, and so many, I mean, health benefits too, grounding and all that. But that's something I try to do. You know, I try to at least once a day, really just bring in the nature elements into my energy.
that's so powerful. And yeah, I agree 100% with you. Nature has so much wisdom. And when we connect to our intuition and we set that intention to connect, we start getting messages. I don't know if that's happened to you. Just by observing certain things, like, you'll get like these downloads of, like, oh, this is how it works when you start observing nature, right? And then you see
Absolutely.
the way the plants, or the way the animals behave, or the way the plants, behave, or all of these different aspects that you can observe in nature. And sometimes, I don't know if this happens to you, but sometimes I'll get this message from,
Yeah.
that's like the wisdom from the plant, or from
Yes.
the animal, and saying, this can be applied for this in your life. So
Yep.
it is almost like an oracle reading,
It
in
can be.
nature.
Yeah. It really can. It really can. Yeah. You literally hear messages. I was outside in the wind, and it was this nice little breeze, and I was walking, and I just stopped for a second, and the wind took my attention to this little sagebush, a small little sagebush, maybe a foot around. And it's just said, everything has a life, everything has energy. And I just brought my hands down there to the plant, and it just the plant was just radiating with energy. You could feel it, and it's so beautiful. It really is. And just the healing properties of wind, of air. Air is a big one of mine. One of the elements that really affects me, and it has helped cleanse my energy field multiple times. So anybody that hasn't connected to nature, do it. Very beneficial, very grounding, very healing. So many messages. Just the perfection of it.
Yeah, it's amazing. So we gotta hear a question in regards to. So she's saying here, one Stark is saying, I can feel my guides when they step in when I'm doing a power build for mediumship, but I don't feel them when I'm just doing meditation. Is that normal? Um, yeah, that's a very good question. I feel like it really depends on each person. Some
Does
people can uh can connect to their guides or their guidance, whichever guidance that is. I feel like they can connect in different aspects in different ways. So really what works for you. So if meditation doesn't work for
Absolutely.
you, I feel like any other practice that you have that you've noticed that works for you, then I would say that's okay. Because I mean, it's not a one size fits all, right, Derek? What would you
No,
say?
absolutely not. Well, that's absolutely true. And like I say, everybody connects differently. I mean, we're these vast, immense beings, and we're all different. As much as we're all similar, we're all different. And something I noticed, I don't know if this happens to you, that sometimes spirit is just loud and the messages are super clear. I mean, it's like somebody's right there in your ear, just having a conversation. And then other times it's super quiet. I mean, it can be sometimes hard to connect sometimes. And I and I've asked spirit, why is that? And I kind of got an answer that sometimes spirit wants you to do it on your own a little bit, wants you to trust yourself, to trust your own
Mm,
intuition. Spirit's always there for us, but sometimes it's like, all right, we're right here for you, but let's see what you can do. Let's see if you all this wisdom and energy that you're gaining, can you really apply it? Almost.
mm,
But yes, everybody's different, and never get discouraged. Just keep on going, keep on exploring, keep on exploring. That's a big thing too. I mean, there's so many different ways to connect, and whatever level each individual's on, you may be connecting fine on this one technique, but as you grow and evolve, you might outgrow that technique to where a different
oh,
way might be better for you, because we're always growing, we're always evolving, and spirit knows what path we're meant to go better than we do up here. So it's about trusting that and exploring. And if you kind of hit that block, ask for guidance. Like, hey, how do I build it? Am I supposed to go, a little bit different way? Am I supposed to sidestep this way, or just keep that communications going? And I guarantee you'll get that message of which way to go or how to evolve. Because I've experienced
mm.
that.
I love that. I love what you said about outgrowing a pathway to connection,
Yeah,
because that's happened to me too. And I actually want to mention, like, for me, for meditation, I don't always get downloads during meditation. So I feel like there's going to be times where you may be, if one way is not working, another way also I feel that helps is oracle cards. I mean, I don't know
yeah,
if you're interested in doing oracle cards, pulling those for yourself, but that could be another option. Kind of like, I mean, you did mention that you pulled some oracle cards, Derek,
yeah,
before today. So I pull oracle cards for myself. I don't always get the need to pull them. Like, some people pull them every day,
yeah.
and that's another way that you can connect, and they have a conversation with you. Your guides have a
Absolutely.
conversation with you through the oracle cards, or tarot cards, or whatever cards that you decide to use. But would you say that's another good way to connect to your
Oh,
intuitive?
absolutely. Absolutely, it has been for me. Absolutely. And like I said, there's so many different ways. The tarot, oracle cards. Man, I was listening to this medium, and she was saying, uh, And when you'll go quiet and ask spirit, snag my attention, snag my attention today. And she says about just wherever you're at, just looking around your peripheral vision and just checking everything out. She says something will catch your attention, something unlikely that normally wouldn't. And just
Mm.
kind of pay attention to that and ask, okay, this is catching my attention. Why is this catching my attention? Why am I focusing on this? And you'll either hear a message right away or later on, because you asked spirit to give you a message, and it did by by showing you this. And that's worked for me a couple times too, because there's so many different ways. And that's just another simple way to do it, to one, build that communication, build that trust that, hey, I asked, the spirit answered me.
I was gonna ask you too. I wanted to ask you, so when it comes down to your guidance, because I see here that Christine is talking about she wants to hear the messages or her messages, like for example, like I do, or or someone like you would. Can you tell me how do you determine that your intuitive hits are coming? Like, it's you said a lot with the heart. Is there
Yeah.
any other way that they also communicate with you, that that they're coming through, or for you is basically through the heart?
Well, again, it's gone back to that trust, and it's definitely been a growth process for me. Is when you close your eyes and you get them visions or things come in that normally wouldn't come in, that you're like, well, this isn't from me. Trusting
Yeah.
yourself and putting it out there. If you're by yourself, writing it down on paper, speaking it
Mm,
into to a recorder or something, putting it down, because you're seeing that for a reason. And whether it makes sense now, if you're doing like a reading for guidance for yourself, if it doesn't make sense now, just hold on to it, go back to it. It may, but it's really about trusting what you see, what you hear, what you feel. If you all of a sudden feel an ache in your leg that wasn't there, write it down, pay attention to it, so you'll get some kind of message. And that's what it is has been for me, is just trusting. Real like it goes back to trusting that the things I'm seeing, the things I'm hearing mean something, and every time I question it too. I still do during rereading sometimes, like, this makes no sense. Well, like, I was doing a reading for someone, and a rubber ducky came up. I was like, rubber ducky, like, I don't know why this why this popped up, but this
yeah.
rubber ducky popped up, da, 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 and it ended up making sense for this person. And again,
Wow.
it's just about trusting it, trusting the completely unknown, or hmm, being comfortable in the uncomfortable.
Being comfortable in it, because it is uncomfortable, right? When
It
something
is.
that
It
doesn't make
is.
sense to you in your mind, you're like, this is not logical. Why are you showing me?
Yes. 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 It goes back to
You
that
gotta
trust.
be so trusting. I mean, trust is a big one. It's a
It is for
big,
me.
big one.
It really is. It really is for me, and that's built that has had to build over time, because I've held so much back at the beginning, and like doing group readings and some of the practices that I've been involved with. I'll pick up something, I'm like, that's not really vibing with what other people are saying. I'll just hold that back, and then someone else will say it. It's like, oh, I should have said that. And it's
Yeah,
all
exactly.
it really is. It's all about trusting, getting out of your comfort zone, and know that spirit's not gonna steer you wrong. They're not. If you're asking for that guidance, just because it doesn't make sense to you right now in your consciousness, they're giving that message to you for a reason.
Hmm. I wanted to because so here I have a question. So Fabrice is saying, whatever time I go outside, 11 p.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., a bird starts singing. There are plenty of them on the trees nearby the house, but there's always a single one that starts singing as I come out of the house. Still haven't figured out what it's trying to tell me. That's a really interesting comment there. And what would you say to someone that's trying to connect to nature, or is going out to nature, and maybe they're seeing this pattern repeating over and over, what would you say you would do to try to get the message from that, from nature?
I would definitely, meditate on it, because it could be one of your guides in animal form, a power animal. I practice shamanism a little bit, and power animals are a very high guiding spirit, and they could be any form, a mouse, a frog, a shark. I mean, any form. So it could be that, but it's all a matter of going quiet, and either at the time just going quiet and listening to it. Really just looking at the bird, listen to it. You can do it there, and you might pick something up right then, or go back in. We have some quiet time in meditation, and you're like, Spirit, what is this beautiful being, this beautiful bird trying to tell me? And you will get something. It may take you a little bit, but you will. The more you ask and build that trust and that connection, you will. So definitely meditation at the time, going quiet and just feeling into it, just being completely present in that moment.
Mm.
Keeping
Also,
that
I feel like
communication.
also getting into your how do you feel, maybe if
Yes,
there's a feeling that you're, maybe there's an emotion coming up, I feel like that's also, and then that could also give you some information as well
absolutely.
on what it's trying to tell you. So
Absolutely.
yeah, that's beautiful. Fabrice, I hope that helps you. And then, definitely, let us know. Come back and let us know if you got your answer
Yeah, I'm
later down
curious.
the road. So we have a question for you, Derrick. What clairs do you usually use?
Usually, well, listening and sight. Well, and feeling too. Yeah, I get a lot of feelings. Also get certain sensations in my body when I'm reading certain people. Sight and just hearing. Uh, yeah, I'm not good about what the clairs are called, but sight, hearing, and feeling a lot.
So
And it,
he's clairsentient, clairaudient, and clairvoyant.
there you go.
Yeah, clairvoyant. Yeah, good. Well, so hopefully that answers your question. And then everyone has a different clary, and that's the thing too, is like everyone has a clary that they are more comfortable with. Like for me, for example, I would say I'm more of a claricognizant. Like there's a sense of knowing for me. And then I'm also
Yes,
clairsentient. Sometimes I can feel the energies of my clients and things, but everyone is gonna be different. And I have to say, this has developed over time. Like it's not something
absolutely.
that I was necessarily born with. I mean, we all born with, but born with knowing, and knowing what it is. It takes
Yes,
time to
yes,
get there.
yes. It definitely
Yeah,
does.
so okay, so everyone, we're gonna get ready to start doing the reading soon. So if you want a reading, you definitely want to stick around. And if you have any questions about how to connect to your intuition, please do let us know in the comments, because we want to learn. We want to hear all about your experience, and what you're, maybe you're struggling with something, and you want Derrick or I to help you with some information. But again,
Absolutely.
intuition, it's all about trust. So far we said trust, right? We said acceptance of yourself, and
Mm-hmm.
also we said authenticity as well.
Authenticity, big time. Yes.
Authenticity is very important. And I think authenticity and acceptance kind of go together, but we're going to keep them separate. And then the next one would be to what we were talking about right now, which Derrick has been mentioning a lot, which is connecting to your heart. I feel like Derrick has been really hitting it there on the nail with that, because our heart is really the connection to our higher self, to spirit. That's where all of our being really gets to come in through, and everything kind of expands from there. So then you want to make sure that you practice those things, connecting to your heart space, going to nature, like he mentioned. You want to go to nature and connect and start listening. And even if you don't get the answers right away, don't get discouraged, you know. Another thing that I would say that has helped me, that I'm going to add to this, is, you know, doing some automatic writing, you know, taking
Yes,
your journal and write whatever's on your mind, and don't pay attention.
absolutely.
Don't, you write without even worrying about like the, you know, the correctness of the writing.
Yep.
You just
It doesn't make
write,
sense or
and you'll
not.
be surprised, right? Does that, have you
Absolutely.
practiced that?
Yeah, I have. I not a lot, but I have gotten some things, especially when I was first getting into mediumship. I was getting quiet a bit. They were like, I was kind of going crazy, like sending me messages, honor everything, acceptance, truth, fearlessness, all kinds of stuff. And I was just, man, where is it even coming from? Because it was almost the first time I had tried it, and it was just, it's beautiful. And so one thing I do have to say about acceptance, it's accepting even the darker sides of yourself that you're not proud of, because that's
Mm,
still part of you, and that's something I've
yes.
had to deal with too. Like you get those thoughts or emotions like, wow, that's kind of dark. Why am I thinking that? I'd never, whatever. But that's part of you for a reason. It's from something within you, something. You don't have to feed that. You don't have to encourage that, but it's part of you. And again, accepting that, because denying it isn't going to get you anywhere. Accepting all parts of yourself. I think that's
Mm.
that's a big key.
That is powerful. And I agree with you. Accepting all parts of ourselves, kind of like, you know, how I was mentioning, you know, you want to know your map of existence, who you are,
Yes,
both the
yes,
dark and the light of who you are, and giving yourself the opportunity to know yourself in all of your greatness,
yeah,
because all of you
absolutely.
is great, right? And
Exactly.
then that's when you know what you know, in what scope you are, and then you know what's coming in from outside of you, and then you're like, oh, okay, this is my intuition coming in, you know, this is
Exactly.
my guidance coming in. So crystal is asking Crystal is asking, how does she get as cool as you?
Well, thank you for first off. Thank you. That's a blessing. My daughters wouldn't agree. My daughters don't think I'm very cool at all. But um, again, just being authentic to yourself. No matter what anybody thinks or says, be authentic to yourself. That's such a big key in you know developing your intuition and psychic abilities and healing and just everything in life. Having a happy, beautiful life. Being absolutely authentic and knowing that the people that are meant to resonate with you, they will. When you're
Mm,
authentic to yourself, you'll attract the people that are meant to be in your life. You'll lose some along the way, and it might suck and hurt, but the ones that are meant to be with you, when you're authentically you,
mm,
they will. They will, because
yes.
the universe is like it sees you being your authentic self and radiating your light. I talk a lot about radiating your inner light, your true light. And when we do that, the universe just like says like rock on, vibe on. It like sends you all this beautiful, healing, authentic, loving energy, and just it supports you. It supports you in it. So be 100% you, no matter who you are. My aunt has this beautiful saying: "Let your freak flag fly."
I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. And you know, it's funny you're mentioning this whole thing, because you know, Crystal, Crazy Crystal's here,
Oh,
and
right
she
on.
basically is saying, you know, definitely we want to make sure that we accept and we do our shadow work and dig into our subconscious side so that we can find the roots of what makes us react that certain way. And that is so true. Doing the shadow
Absolutely,
work, it's
absolutely.
actually pretty fun. It doesn't have to be, you know, heavy and
No,
sad and oh, you know, it can be
no, there's
fun.
such a stigma about the shadow, the darker side of ourselves. But no, there's so much wisdom and medicine there and power for us.
Mm,
So much,
yes.
we're experiencing that for a reason. Whether it's from a past life or past incarnation that we need to deal with, or just something in this that we haven't dealt with that we've tucked underneath the rug. We're experiencing this for a reason, to deal with, to grow, to let go, to release, to become our true divine sovereign beings that we are.
That's so beautiful. So, okay, so we're almost at the end of this conversation, which is so juicy and amazing. And I hope that all of you have, enjoyed this, and let us know in the comments if you're enjoying this conversation. I know some of you are really asking questions. And if you still have questions and want to know how to, maybe you're struggling with your intuition and you want to know, how to connect, or maybe just let us know in the comments, how is this helping you? Or are you getting any aha moments from this conversation? And as I mentioned earlier, Derrick is one of the evolving practitioners that I've connected with, and I've gotten a reading from him. He's very powerful. He can see. What I really loved about Derrick, I would have to say, is the fact that he can see you in such a different light than you can see yourself. And even for me, it was beautiful to be able to be reflected back, the information that he was seeing, like what he was actually seeing within my energy field, which was really beautiful to experience. So if you want to connect with him and you want to uh, get a session with him, you can go to the Evolve Me website, evolveme.com, and just search for him, Derrick McBride, and he'll be happy to support you in your journey. So one of the things that I really love about Derrick as well is that he is very shamanic in his approach, and he's very connected to the elements, and so but he's also he's also very akashic in a way. He has this higher vision of everything. So he can see. He's a seer for sure. He's definitely a seer. So so Jennifer is saying thank you for the insight. Would love and appreciate a reading. Absolutely, yeah. So we're gonna get started with the readings, y'all. So if you want readings, let us know in the comments, just like Jennifer did. So because Jennifer went first and she gets to go first, and then and I will just let us know in the comments your first name if your name is not part of your handle, so that way we can make sure that we're connecting to the right person here on the ethers. So yeah, crazy. So Moonstruck is saying thank you so much. I have to run, but okay, happy new year to you. Thank you so much, my
Happy
love.
New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New
Blessing.
Year. Those questions were amazing that you brought in. And then Crazy Crystal is saying Derrick is a wonderful, intuitive, such a calm, caring presence. Yes, he is.
Thank you,
And I
Crystal.
can't wait for y'all to experience. Okay, so if you want readings, let us know in the comments. Maybe this is the time. We're gonna start shifting over towards the readings soon. But before we move over towards the readings, I just kind of wanted to just invite you guys to go to the Evolve Me website. You can find Derrick there, but I also wanted to mention that I also have a workshop, which if you come here every week, you saw that I was talking about twin flames and soul relationships last week, and I was doing some readings on that. And I'm going to be teaching you how to connect to your soul family information. So if you want to learn more about how to connect to your soul family information and potentially understand your relationships, whether they're positive in your life or maybe they're not so positive, they're challenging, then you definitely want to make sure that you sign up for the class. It's going to be launching on January 21st. It's going to be live, 5-week class, and you're going to be using the pendulum. Yes, I'm going to teach you how to use the pendulum. It's going to include some clearings as well. We're going to be doing some group clearings. I will be including a group clearing for the pendulum in case you have any programs that keep you from connecting to the pendulum properly. We're going to be clearing that out as well. And you can find it at evolveme.com and search for soul relationship workshop. And also you can find Derrick at evolveme.com and get a reading from him. So now that we're done with the announcements, I'm going to go ahead and open up for reading. So please let us know in the comments if you want a reading. And let's go ahead and start with Jennifer. Do you have any questions, Jennifer, that you want to ask Derrick in regards to your reading? Let us know in the comments. Then we're gonna let Derrick connect to his guides. So let's give him a sec there.
Does she have a specific question or just general?
Let us know in the comments if you have a specific question, Jennifer. If not, then we will go for general. Or just let us know if you just want general.
I feel a really positive energy about her. Really like radiant energy. Feels good.
Yes, she is. She is amazing.
Somebody I see like a birthday cake with like flames on it, like above her head, like very radiant, like flamboyant energy. Really like,
so
here I am.
she's saying she's open to general. To a general reading or guidance.
Spirit's just saying, be you, rocket. Be you, rocket. It's showing me like this little cliff or something, and like they're saying like, take the leap, be you, rocket. Don't be scared of anything. Don't be scared of anything. Be fearless. Be fearless. Lead with your heart. Lead strongly. They're bringing in like this very strong energy. Strong. Shirley has this very, very bright energy about it, and they're just really saying, build that. See the energy of like fire, almost like a bit like spreading, just spreading like a wildfire of energy, just spreading. Build your energy, spread that energy. Be that light. Be that light for others. Feels like other people, like whether she knows they're not really like vibe off her energy. So her energy affects a lot more people than she realizes, and that's why Spirit's saying just vibe it, be you, radiate it, be fearless. Don't be like overly pushy, like here I am, okay, get on more. Just like no, just be authentically you. Just keep on vibing that, keep on rocking that. Spirit's just really feel like Spirit's just seeing that and recognizing that and encouraging that. That's feel like the main message Spirit wants to come through with. I don't know if you're feeling anything.
Do you connect to that, Jennifer, or do you have any additional questions about what's coming through? Let us know in the comments. And then I see here that we have Fabrice and Love Marie. Hi, Marie. And I'm pulling a card for you. Look at that. This is basically coming out as well. Extraordinary. This is basically coming out for you, Jennifer, as well. So look at that, like beautiful, loud bird, which is the that beautiful, loving. I forget the name of this bird, but which is the one with the beautiful, the peacock, right? The peacock is very loud and
Yes.
and beautiful and really impactful. So it kind of goes alongside with what Derrick is saying. So I hope that you really connect to that beautiful, extraordinary energy that you carry in your heart, so that you can continue to expand and don't be afraid of being that unique self that you are. There's also another message on this card that says there's a wild and impetuous uniqueness to you that deserves to be honored. So, wow. If that doesn't go alongside with what Derrick just said, I don't know what does.
Yep. I'm just saying, lean into life. Really lean into it. Push
Yes.
forward. Go into it. Experience it all.
So she wants to know what maybe the question that she has is what's holding her back from moving forward in her financial and health goals.
I'm hearing fear. Fear, the unknown, fear of what'll happen. Maybe family, like fears from the family, like maybe something from the family, like maybe there's like programs from like family members telling her certain things, but I'm hearing like the family is an issue, and I'm seeing like show me like a mop saying like clean that stuff out of your head and move forward. They're really saying move forward fearlessly. Like when you have that the energy of fear, it just attracts more of that kind of negative, disempowering energy. So they're really saying move forward fearlessly, wash out the limiting programs. Because remember, it's all on your perception. It's all on what you believe is so. So really wash out these limited beliefs. You are your own sovereign being. What you believe is so. Examine your beliefs and energy and make sure they're your beliefs, not like say kind of feels like family members. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like family can, the way that we were programmed, right?
Absolutely.
Can really affect. Yeah, yeah.
And
So
even with their best of intentions, I mean, it can still affect us negatively.
yeah, yeah, no, definitely. So I hope this resonates with you. And Crystal said, if you don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Yes, please, y'all. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. I forgot
Absolutely.
to say that at the beginning. So if you like, so if you are enjoying yourself, then make sure that you subscribe to the channel if it's your first time here. So Jennifer, let us know if that resonates with you. And yeah, now it's just a time for you to move towards taking those actions that are going to help you move away from those family programmings that sometimes can be running on the background. So doing that inner work or that subconscious work can help. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the next person. She said, on spot, I've been focusing on this. Such a powerful message. Thank you so much. You're so very welcome. You're so very
Very
welcome.
welcome.
We love you, and we're so grateful that you were able to get some guidance here that will help you. She says,
Absolutely.
blessing to both and wishing you the best for 2023. Bless 20.
Thank
The
you.
same
You
thing.
too.
Blessings for you too. Thank you.
Blessings,
All
blessings.
right. So moving on to the next person here. Let me see. I'm looking in the comments, y'all, because I want to make sure I don't skip anyone. And sometimes, because there's comments and also your requests, I want to make sure that I am looking at this thoroughly. Okay, so I do see here, Fabrice, that it wants a general reading guidance as well. So Fabrice, that's perfect. We'll go ahead and move forward with a general reading for you.
Something I noticed right away is a little bit like tension in my head area and just a little bit of tightness in my chest. Maybe a little anxiousness. I feel like you might not even know where this energy is coming from. Not coming from you. Like you're picking up from other people, like you're empathic and you pick up other people's energy. I'm hearing protection work. Really protection and cleansing work, because it really does feel like you're picking up energies that aren't yours. Like this kind of a little bit of anxiousness isn't actually yours, doesn't belong to you. But I'm also, is that right? Huh. It also kind of feels like there might be some downloads or energy building building within you that's kind of new to you. So it feels like a combination. Like you're picking up energy that don't belong to you, for one. So, protection and clearing work is definitely beneficial. But I'm also kind of feeling like there's certain energies or downloads coming into you that you haven't felt before or that are new to you, so you're kind of uncomfortable with it. So I'm hearing centering exercises, some kind of like breathing, breathing in peace, releasing, not frustration, but releasing stress, releasing, what's the word? It's like breathing in this acceptance of new energy, radiating that. It does feel like there's some newer energy coming into you also that is beneficial. Very powerful energy. Mm. Mm. Like connecting the spirit, like you'll be able to connect with spirit more and get your guidance a lot more. Yeah. Hope that resonates. Hope that makes sense.
Well, I can tell you, Derrick, I personally have worked with Fabrice is one of my ongoing clients, and I can tell you everything you're saying is just like yes, like.
Okay. Well, that's good.
So
Good.
Fabrice,
Good.
I will let you say that on the comments because I don't want to speak for you, but definitely is very aligned with his path. So hopefully you can see yourself in that beautiful expression. And that's one of the things that I love about Derrick. Again, it's like he can see so clearly. You are a seer, definitely. You are definitely a seer,
Oh,
and
thank you. Thank you. So are you.
yeah.
So are you.
And then Fabrice says, "Well, it makes perfect sense. It's so on point." And then he puts the little like sweating. He's like, yeah, that's me. And yeah, so Fabrice, I took the liberty to connect to your higher self, and I see here that there's some attachments that you picked up. I'm gonna go ahead and clear those for you, okay? So just open up to receive. So please clear, remove, and send to a perfect place. Thank you. Just clear, remove, and send to a perfect place. And I pulled some cards for you too. So, and then if everyone else wants a reading, or you want to receive guidance, or you want to be seen by Derrick, then make sure that you let us know in the comments as well. Okay, please clear and remove into a good place. Thank you. He says it's just that I feel so cracked open right now. He feels very open right now. Yeah, and it makes sense actually.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
it does.
it makes sense. Well, I mean, the description that Derrick was giving was quite literally what I was feeling too. And I'm gonna tell you right now, the message that I got here is to allow. So the energy, the card of allowing came up for you, Fabrice, and then also the card of divine love came up for you. I will take pictures of these cards and send them to you. Divine source came up for you. Okay. So you want to allow that divine source and the divine love that is coming through for you, and let it flow. Okay, let it flow, kind of like how Derrick was mentioning.
Yeah.
You know, you're really gonna receive so much more coming through.
I'm
Hi,
definitely good.
Joanne. Let us know
Yeah.
if you want a reading. We're here doing readings with Derrick, and he's a wonderful medium, and I like to call him a seer because he sees really.
Thank you.
He's a seer of truth, which I love. Yeah, absolutely, Joanne. We'll put you on the list. There's somebody else before you, but we'll put you on the list for sure. Okay, and so I am complete. I'm disconnecting from your higher self now. So, okay, so let me see here.
And I got to say too, you doing that like programming. I do in energy work also, so doing like a combination thing, I feel like would be really cool also for people.
Yeah, absolutely. So Fabrice says thank you. Wow, thank you so much for both. Very powerful. Yay, awesome.
Right on. Right
Yeah,
on.
absolutely. Like the energy healing, and the readings, absolutely. I agree. That we're that's why we're a dream team right now. Who is
Absolutely.
Team Derrick? Who wants to bring Derrick back? Who wants me to bring Derrick back for readings? Let me know in the comments. Team Derrick.
I'd love to. It was a blast. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, exactly. So okay, so let me see if there's anyone else here. I know someone else asked for a reading. I'm trying to see. Okay, so let's see. Y'all know that I just, I have to. Okay, so Fabrice. Okay, Marie, are you still here, my love? Let us know in the comments if you're still here. It would be your chance now to get the reading. Let me know in the comments if you're still here. In the meantime, I see here that Joanne is here as well. So Joanne, if you want a reading, you said that you wanted a reading, so we'll have you after Marie. And if there's anyone else here that wants a reading here by Derrick and myself. And I basically just connect to your higher self and, clear if there's something that needs to be clear very quickly for you. Okay, so Marie's here. Okay, so she would like a general reading, Derrick.
I think some running. Something about running. Running. Corn. Why corn? What about running? Corn. Why corn? I feel a little bit of peace in my heart right now. What are you running to? You have this higher, I like this knowing about you, like this feels like a knowing that you're more, kind of like evolved higher being. You know you're something more, and you feel like you're running towards it, but it's just like you don't know what you're running towards, but you feel like you're moving forward. You don't know how you're moving forward. I hear you're being guided. You're definitely being yeah, you're definitely being guided, but it's like you're not sure how. You're not like you're having trouble connecting with that guidance, but you are allowing this guidance to happen. You're really running with it, and it really does feel like it's for your highest good. Like you are this very high evolved being, and you have this remembrance, this knowing about you. So you know you're having to do this. That's why you're like letting spirit guide you in this way, because it's so recognizable to you. It's not even, I believe I'm doing this right. It's like, I have to do this. I'm not sure what I have to do yet, but I know if I go this way, if I'm guided, I know I'm moving in the right direction. And I'm hearing keep that up. I'm hearing keep heart. The message, like the purpose will come clear. Like half of the lesson is just trusting trusting that you're being guided, trusting the guidance, and just absolute trust, because it does feel like right now you're just being guided so much, and you don't even know how almost, but you're trusting it, you're vibing with it. It's just so right to you, and that's part of it. You're on the right path. Keep that up. I can't stress that enough. Keep up what you're doing. That things will become clear. Things will start falling into place, kind of like dominoes. Almost seeing dominoes. Things will start clicking more, and you start getting those. Okay. Things just start clicking more. But keep up exactly what you're doing. I'm hearing power. Have a lot of power to you. Unrecognized power, but the meaning and purpose will come. I love these readings of like people coming to their higher self, really aligning with their highest self. Just trust. Keep on exactly what you're doing. It's almost like spirit is like just picking you up and like carrying you exactly where you need to go. Yeah, good stuff. I hope that resonates. I hope that I'm hearing it does. I'm hearing you're vibing with it, and so yeah. That's what they want. They want to say. Keep doing exactly what you're doing. Things will become clear. Just keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on loving and trusting and embracing.
That is so
Okay.
powerful. And so she says that it resonates, and she has a lot of crying little emojis. So that means that she is emotional. So she says,
Okay.
"Thank you so much." And
You're
it
very
was funny
welcome.
because as a, you, I mean, you couldn't see the screen, but as you were saying that this resonates with her, that I shared her 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 message on the screen. So
Hmm.
that was very cool that that synchronicity happened. So I don't know if
Yeah.
anyone
Cool being.
else noticed that synchronicity, but I did, and I thought it was very cool.
Right on. Right on.
Right on. And Marie, I just wanted to say I pulled some cards for you as well, and I just wanted to tell you that the card of sacred boundaries came up for you. So really remembering that your boundaries are sacred, and you are this powerful being who's capable of doing so much, kind of like what Derrick said. And sometimes when we stray away from offering our boundaries, we can get interference. So it's important that you continue to express boundaries in your life. And then also, I see here this card, which is basically letting you know that the things that you are calling in are they're not even like the beginning of the blessings that are coming your way. You have so many blessings
So anyway,
coming your way that are beyond beyond your expectations, actually, and they're really beautiful. So kind of like that card, just trust, that came up for you too, which Derrick mentioned trust many times. That card came up for you. So if this is not a confirmation for you, I don't know what is, girl.
yeah.
Just
I pulled a card too, 444, and it's a flow card. And it's just,
yeah,
yeah,
look at that.
just again, confirmation. Just keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on flowing with it. Just keep on vibing.
So I'm gonna clear some. I see here that there's some energy attachments right now, Marie. So I want to invite you to close your eyes, to take a deep breath, visualize this beautiful white light coming through your nose and expanding into your entire body and expanding outside into your energy field. So we're gonna clear, remove, and center perfect place. Thank you, Spirit. I'm just gonna clear some things in the aura, in the auric field, that some energetic noise that needs to be cleared for you. Just clear, remove, and center perfect place. Thank you. And that will also help you with that trust. Okay, this is going to help you with that trust that Derrick is guiding you towards. Okay, please clear, remove, and center perfect place. Thank you. Let's clear, remove, and center perfect place. Thank you, Spirit. Anything else? No. Okay, so we cleared the energetic. There was like a little bit of an energetic noise, hence the reason why I was kind of it was keeping you from being in that place of trust. But now that you've been guided, now you know just you'll be able to flow, kind of like what he said with that card. You'll be able to flow a little bit more. Okay. So she said, "Amazing, thank you." Yes, beautiful. So I am complete. I'm gonna disconnect from your higher self now. Okay. And so we have one more person here who wants a reading. And if you're here and you want a reading by Derrick, and here we're doing this together, and we're collaborating here as two amazing
Absolutely.
practitioners. We're collaborating. So,
Yep.
we're both helping helping you guys out. So if you want a reading and also potentially see if if you need any guidance, definitely let us know in the comments, and we're here to support you. And also, if you want to connect with Derrick, I wanted to say he is an evolving practitioner. You can go to evolveme.com and look for Derrick McBride, and he is there basically ready to help you. So if you want to connect with
Absolutely.
him and get a reading, a longer reading by him, and where you can ask him all of the questions, then you want to make sure you go there to connect with him. And then I'm also part of the community, so either or, you can go in and look us up, but please do connect with him there if you want a reading from him. Okay. And then let's see, because what you're getting here is a little piece, just a little taste, right?
Yep. There's a lot more
Just
to
a
you.
little taste of what he can do. um okay, so let me see here. There was someone. Okay, Joanne, do you have a question for Derrick? for us. Do you have a question, Joanne, a specific question, or you just want a general reading? Let us know. She said general, please. Okay, perfect. So general it is.
Connecting with Joanne, I feel it's kind of like almost euphoric, kind of almost out of body kind of experience right now. It's like kind of in the ethers. I mean, like not very tied down, like almost like ready to go, ready to explore the universe, explore the cosmos, or explore home. To really travel, like astral travel. If you haven't before, I'm hearing like you can. If you haven't before, I'm hearing you can, and maybe you do in your dreams. I'm hearing this just like astral travel, this like traveling outside of the body, like you're more comfortable outside of the body than you are in. Like it feels very heavy. Like you almost don't want to ground. But I'm hearing, obviously you need to, because when all our energy is out there, we're not really grounded to the experience that's right in front of us, all the beauty and joy that's right in front of us. And that's kind of what I'm hearing. It's like we can get too busy with spirituality that we're not focused on the beauty that's around us. Is what I'm hearing, and within us. I'm hearing within us also. Really going within and knowing yourself. It's like things are really heavy and you'd rather just like, I'd rather spend it up here. But knowing that's part of the lesson, knowing that's part of this experience, like you agreed to go through this experience. And believe me, I know it can be heavy. It can be, but that's part of the growth that you wanted as a spirit and as a soul. Know that I see you for who you really are, this higher being that just resonates up here more. That like almost like doesn't want to like experience this lower heaviness, but know that there's so much beauty that when you come down, and I'm seeing like this blue flower or blueberries for some reason, I really see the blue for the blue. I don't know why I said see the blue for the blue, feel the blue for the blue, like really feel into every experience that it's going to ground you more. You're going to learn more that there is so much that this world has to offer you, but you have to be present in here. You have to really go within, and it keeps on showing me this blue flower. Like really, touch the blue flower, smell it, experience the blue flower, and like experience life, because there's so much beauty. Even beauty in the pain. The pain is actually of life is a beauty in itself, because it's such a lesson. Just the dynamic of the grandiosity of the immense pleasures and then immense low, and just seeing that, just the vastness of this experience is like, oh my goodness, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, but it's really going to take you to coming back down and here, like, okay, I'm here. I'm here. I'm right here. It doesn't mean you have to give up here, but just know that you have to be present in every moment to really experience the beauty. And I hear you can and you do when you really say to yourself, I'm gonna experience, I'm gonna learn, I'm gonna grow, because your soul knows that's why you're here. But you have to remind yourself that, yeah, that's why I'm here. I'm here to learn. I'm here to grow. I'm here to experience, and being pulled to really just experience the beauty, the beauty, the beauty, the beauty, the beauty. It's like you're kind of clouded by kind of the like heaviness of it, and it's kind of blocking your vision of the beauty, the immense beauty that this life has to offer, because there is so much. Yeah, so much beauty. Just a matter of opening up to it and seeing the beauty for the beauty. in everything. Yeah, hope that resonates.
That was powerful. And Joanne, I also pulled some cards for you in regards to your experience. So I see here it's really interesting because I pulled this card of acceptance. So accepting, which we were just talking about acceptance today, right, Derek?
Hmm. Yeah.
It's so funny that that came up for her. But anyways, that this card is basically letting you know that you want to make sure that you practice that radical acceptance and open yourself into the flow of what's happening for you. I It's interesting because for you, you had two cards that came up for you that came up for Marie too. But for you, I feel like so the sacred boundaries card came up for you, but when I see this, I actually see you as putting a wall. Okay, I'm putting a wall. So really understanding that boundaries are not a wall, right? Are they're basically just a way for us to follow our joy. You right? So try to bring down those walls because when the card came up, it came up this way. So when I saw that, I felt like it was it was it was the sacred boundary gone wrong. If that makes sense, like just gone, not, I don't want to say gone wrong, but more towards the out of balance type of expression of a boundary. So so I would say it's important that you get into practicing it from a place of not separating yourself but really bringing yourself closer, and it's really more about teaching others how to love you, if that makes sense. That's really what boundaries are about, is you're teaching the others how to love you. The card of victory came up, which is the falcon. And this card basically expresses the, first of all, the fact that you want to start seeing things from that higher perspective. And I hope that what Derek showed you, which he showed you a higher perspective of you, I hope that this is
Hmm.
something that opens your heart and your mind into seeing yourself from that beautiful expression of spirit. But not only that, the fact that that this is going to help you see that you are over, you already, you're already able to attain, what, the things that you're looking to attain, they're already part of your
Yes.
of your path. It's just a matter of, you have to go through the steps of getting there, but they're already part of your path. Like your victory is already yours. Like it's just a matter of
Hmm.
like going through the motions and the actions that are going to take you there. So the card of trusting came up, but it's interesting because as Derek was doing the reading, I was being guided to tell you, because I was guided to this little guy right here. Giving yourself the opportunity to see beyond the darkness, right? Because it feels like you've been in this darkness. So seeing beyond the darkness and seeing the light that is part of that, of your journey. So understanding that you're like a yin yang, right? You have both the light and the dark as part of your journey. So don't get too sucked into the darkness, because that's not the full reality. That's not the full spectrum of the truth of your experience. So hopefully that resonates with you. And then um she says it does. Is it like meditation? Yeah, you can meditation can help you with that. And also just being in communities, like attending like lives like this, where you get encouraged and you get people, you're around people that are going to encourage you and feed you that positivity that you may need right now. Being around those people is really going to help you shift things over. And then she says, yes, my mom recently told me that she didn't care for me, and I didn't think I hold a lot into that. So yeah, I mean, if someone that you love that tells you something that's painful, I mean, it is hard. It is a hard
Absolutely.
thing, and I'm so sorry that you're experiencing this. And I just want you to know that that you are loved. You're loved
Absolutely.
beyond, beyond the this experience. So I'm so sorry, that you have to go through this. And it is hard. It is hard. We can't just sit here and say, everything is rainbows and unicorns, because it would be a lie. I would be lying through my teeth if I told you that, oh, everything is great. However, it's also good to remember where we're coming from, our essence, kind of like what Derek
Yes.
was showing you.
Yeah.
because it'll
And
help
know that.
you.
Exactly. Exactly. Know that this is just part of the process. We have to experience the lows to experience the highs. And spirit really is
Mm.
kind of telling you that even with the stuff that's going on around you, really focus on the beauty. Go outside, go for walks, see the beauty. Make that effort to see the beauty. Ask spirit, show me the beauty, help me see the beauty in life. Because there is so much there for you. So much there. And like she said, you are connected to infinite love that is already within you. You're already part of it. You're already there. You just kind of have to brush back the fog of the heaviness to see it.
That's so powerful. Thank you so much. And hopefully this resonates for you, Joanne. Let us know in the comments how you feel after this. And then we have someone else here that is saying that wants a reading. Absolutely. So she says, yes, thank you so much for the wonderful readings. So that's wonderful. Good. So again, everyone, if you want to connect to Derrick, I want you to I want to invite you to go into the evolveme.com website and sign up as there are many practitioners there, but you definitely want to connect with him, and you're feeling connected to his guidance and the way he does the readings for you, then you want to make sure that you go to the website and look him up, Derrick McBride. You can go on the top search little bar there, and you can search him, and you'll be able to find him and book a session with him there. Okay. Yeah. So Bertha, before oh, look at that. Divine Goddess says,
Bless
I've
you,
been
God.
waiting to learn this. So she's been wanting to learn how to connect to her intuition. So if you didn't come on time, we did talk about the intuition of the first
Mm-hmm.
section of this live. Excuse me, this live is going to be on replay, so you'll be able to listen to the first section of this live, once it's there on the replay. So you're more than welcome to just watch the live as many times as you wish. We have that replay there for you. So yeah, so welcome, Divine Goddess. And if you please do subscribe and like this video if you like this experience here with these live streams. I'm going to continue bringing people here to do readings, and also to share their knowledge, to share their experience of how they practice the things that they do, and how you can basically feel empowered in your journey. That's what this is about. It's about you feeling empowered in your journey, about you having the ability to connect to your own clary, because your clary can be clarisentient, or clairaudient, or claricognizant, or clairvoyant. Everyone has a clary that they connect to the most. So learning how to connect to your intuition, and learning how to see how that intuition, those intuitive hits, are specific for you, because everyone's different. It's learning that, accepting yourself, and learning who you are first, and then you'll be able to expand into that. But he talks a lot all about that at the beginning of the video. So I definitely want to invite you to rewatch, or even if you did watch this live but maybe you want to kind of refresh some of the things that he said, then I want to invite you to watch this on the replay as well. Okay, so we have Bertha. Bertha says she needs some guidance. She feels lost. So Bertha, do you have any specific questions for Derrick and I right now? Let us know in the comments if you have any questions for Derrick and I, or if you want a general reading. But if you have something specific, don't be shy to ask about something specific. Maybe it is about your love life, or about your career, or your purpose, or anything else. Don't be shy to ask. We'll be happy to go more detailed. So sometimes when we have an intention, it can really be very helpful, because it's more laser focused.
When when I'm connecting with Earth, I'm feeling kind of a lot of pain, and things that need to be let go. I'm hearing a lot of release work needs to happen. I'm also hearing, know that the things that have happened to you are not you. They do not define you. You know, the hurts, the pain, the way people have treated you. I'm hearing the way people have treated you is a big thing. It does not define you. It doesn't make you who you are. Only you can do that. You are the empowered being here. Only you can allow these things to affect you. And I know it can seem super heavy, and I'm feeling that pain. I'm feeling that hurt. I'm feeling that, like, how could they do this kind of energy? But know that the power is within you. It always has been, and it always will be. And Spirit's trying to, like, grab you by the arms and lift you up so you can see that. And I feel this, like, black, like, kind of gunk, and Spirit's kind of trying to, like, make you stand up out of the gunk to see that, hey, I am not all this stuff. I'm not my past. I'm not this. I'm kind of hearing worthlessness. Like, you have no sense of worth, but you are. And that's what Spirit's trying to remind you, that those words, those actions that people have said or done, that's not you. That's not who you are. Only you dictate who you are. Only you get to accept your truth. Okay, our reality is what we make it, not what other people make it for us. We are the ones in charge of our energy, of our spirit, of our light, of our love, of our path. Okay. Now, we cannot change what has happened. I'm hearing that's a big thing. You cannot go back and change it. I'm kind of hearing, well, if I'd have done this different, if I'd have done this. No, what has happened has happened. Okay. Now is the time to be empowered by it and push forward, to stand up out of the gunk, to stand up out of the muck. Stand up. And Spirit's showing me, like, it's like putting light, like a bar above your head. All you have to do is reach up and grab the bar and pull yourself up. The Spirit is right there. I'm really hearing connect, you know, in your prayers, in your meditations, and I'm kind of hearing more prayers. Connect with Spirit. Ask for that guidance. But when they're saying ask for the guidance, ask for that guidance not in, like, oh woe is me, I need help. Ask for that guidance in a, help me remember my power. Help me remember my power. Help me take the blinders off my eyes to see my light, to see my truth, to see my vastness, because you are. But it just seems like your past presence, like Spirit says, almost put blinders over your eyes so you can't see your light. It's such this beautiful light. It's just kind of like covered with this black goo. And all you have to do is ask for help. And I'm hearing praying, keep praying, but in an empowering way. Keep praying in an empowering way. You know, pray for this help and tell Spirit, thank you. Thank you. Look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, I am worthy. I am loved. I am vast. I am not my past. I am not this person's opinion. I am not this hurt. I am. You make your life. Only you, only you, only you, only you, only you. Just keep on wanting me to say that. Only you make your life. To remember that. Yeah, I hope that helps.
Yeah, so thank you. Thank you so much, Derrick. And as you were doing the reading for Bertha, I was also pulling some cards for her, and I got Archangel. An Archangel came forth for you, Bertha, and Archangel Jophiel is asking you to practice positive thinking as much as you can. I know it feels like that's something impossible at this moment, but try to do this as much as you can. You can call upon Archangel Jophiel to help you and guide you in that sense. Archangel Raphael is coming forth as well, and Archangel Raphael wants to apply some healing for you. So I want to invite you to open your heart to receive. So close your eyes at this moment for me and take a moment to take a deep breath and receive the healing that Archangel Raphael wants to apply. So visualize this beautiful white and emerald green light coming through your nose and expanding into your entire body and going out into your energetic field. So visualize this beautiful white light and emerald green light coming through your nose and expanding. And Archangel Raphael is applying healing for you. Thank you, Archangel. And I also see here that there's some things in regards to affection and love that are affecting you at this moment. And I see here that that actually I typically don't do this when I have a person here, someone who I'm inviting into the live stream. But I am going to tell you that you definitely do need an Akashic clearing. So, and if you want to connect with me, you can go into either Evolve Me, or you can also go to my website, which is the bloominglotushealing.com, and we can do a session for you. A 1 hour session is more than enough. But I see things from a past life here that are affecting you on your love life. So, and I don't see anything else. It's all love life related. And so this is not, I just wanna invite you to see that this is not something that what you're experiencing right now is not something that is only only from this lifetime. You're feeling pain from other lifetimes as well. That's why it feels so overwhelming. So I just want you to know that you're not going crazy. You're feeling a lot of pain from many lifetimes before, hence the reason why. And sometimes what happens is that certain situations in our life, they basically kind of like set off the programs for us,
Yeah,
and then
trigger
we
it.
end up in that, right, Derrick, like that kind of set
Hmm.
off.
Yeah,
So
the
it's like a
trigger.
certain situation, it's kind of dormant, and then after that situation, it kind of like sets off that program for you. So so that's what I'm gonna mention in regards to that. However, I also wanted to mention in regards to the cards, because I did see some cards here that came up for you. So really changing your perception of what's happening at this moment. Right now,
Mhm.
you're kind of seeing things from a different space that is not really helping you. It's kind of keeping you in a negative space. But Spirit is really telling you that right now you're going through a transformation. That transformative energy sometimes can be, it can look like alchemy, and alchemy can look like transforming pain into love, transforming pain into love. And sometimes that alchemy can be difficult. So, we support ourselves with each other, or of course with seeking healing or any sort of other support. That's what you're doing now. So that's why you're here. It's not a coincidence that you're here right now seeking support from Derrick and from myself. So I want to invite you to really recognize that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. So don't feel like there's not a light at the end of the tunnel. There is. You will get through this, my love. You will. I promise you, you will. So I want to invite you to really try to see things from that higher perspective, and see yourself from that perspective that Derrick gave you, which is to see yourself really going through this victorious, right? Like you will get through this. And I'm so sorry that you're going through this very difficult time. I can definitely sense that energy for and she did
Yeah,
mention her pain. The pain is so intense, and so
yeah,
emotional pain can be very, very difficult, and I completely
yeah,
understand where you're coming from.
yeah.
So
Just know that you are the light. You are the light. The light that you're seeking. It's already within there. You already are that. I mean, you've already really stepped through it. It's just a matter of recognizing that. And like
yes,
Jikara was saying, the positive thoughts, positive affirmations, looking at yourself in the mirror, telling yourself you're beautiful, you're worthy, you're loved, you already are everything that you seek. It's already within you. You just have to do those little things. And I'm hearing those little things are very important. Telling yourself that every day. And it's even on like that scientific level, in the very first thing in the morning and right before you go to bed, they say are the very best times to reprogram your brain, because the melatonin levels are higher then, and it's easier to access your subconscious. So doing those affirmations and those positive thoughts is best at those times, and do it throughout your day as much as you want. The more you do it, the better. Empower the shit out of yourself. You should, but especially the morning and night, because that's the easiest time to just take the old programs and just throw them out the window and replace them with the positive empowerment, with the divine light that you truly are.
Thank you so much, Derrick. So hopefully, Bertha, this resonated for you, and definitely do seek additional help if you're still feeling overwhelmed. And then again, if you want to connect with Derrick for more readings or more guidance, you can definitely go ahead and do that through evolveme.com. And if you want to get a healing and clear your Akashic records, then definitely do consider reaching out to me, and I'll be happy to help with that. Okay, so I am complete. Moving on to the next person. And then Bertha, let us know in the comments how this resonated for you. Nikki is saying peace, peace, beautiful Nikki, peace upon you. I would love some general guidance, anything the Holy Spirit feels like I need to know at this time, please, and thank you. Yes, Nikki, we got you. So any general reading from Derrick, he will go ahead and do so, and then I'll try to connect to your higher self as well and see if there's something that needs to be done on my end here.
Well, connecting with Nikki right away, I just feel joy. I'm literally hearing the song "Joy to the World," and I see like this choir like dancing around, shaking, someone shaking their butt in a choir, just back and forth. I keep on seeing that for some reason. Someone shaking their butt back and forth, just like joy to the world, and it's very positive, very uplifting, very here I am energy, just embracing and really embracing life, embracing beauty, embracing existence, and it's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And I'm asking, what does Nikki need to know? Truth. Just keep living, keep living in your truth and speaking truth, speaking truth, speaking truth, speaking truth. A lot on speaking your truth. Like it's a little held back here. Like you feel all this joy for the world, but it's like you kind of recognize that not everybody is on the same level, so you might dim your voice because it kind of feels like, well, I have to respect them, and they're not on the same level, and that's fine. And your intention with that is very beautiful. Like I have to respect them, and that you don't want to like push your beliefs and energy on other people. And Spirit recognizes that, but at the same time, Spirit is saying, just don't dim your light. Don't dim who you are. Speak your truth. You can speak it in a way that's not pushing onto them. But they really just want to remind you to maintain your light. You have this beautiful light about you, beautiful in energy. You're one of these beings that part of their purpose in this existence is to shine, is to just radiate your loving energy because it empowers so many people. It uplifts so many people more than you'll ever truly know, ever truly know. And they really want you to just keep on shining it and speak your truth. Don't lower your voice. That you can respect these other people without lowering your energy, or how are you putting it, without dimming your light, dimming your authenticity, because you are this authentic being of source, of just a spark of the universe. The literally said a spark. Like you light wildfires of in energy and joy in people. They just want you to keep that up. Don't dim that beautiful voice. Your beautiful truth. Speak. You're saying, speak that shit. Speak that shit. Live it. Live it. Be the example. Live the example. Just that beautiful energy. Thank you. I, I love doing readings like that and just connecting, because your energy literally just like flows through me, and it's like super uplifting. Like you have that effect on people. Keep that up.
That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. And Nikki, I just wanted to mention that I got some cards for you, which are really interesting. So the first card that came for you was to nourish the shadow. So you've been doing a lot of inner work, and you actually are someone who helps others with you're able to see the shadow in others, and you're able to nourish and bring people back into that place of restoration. It's kind of very restorative energy, but that's something that you've been doing for yourself as well. So you're being invited to continue to do so, okay, for yourself. And I'm also seeing here that you have been praying. You've been doing a lot of prayer, a lot of intention setting, a lot of visualizations, and you've been doing a lot of work internally. And you're being basically told right now that all of that has been all of those prayers have been answered. Like you have basically the your pathway it's already been paved by you, and basically all you have to do is just continue to walk down the path, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of like what Derrick was saying. And yeah, absolutely what you're saying, you need to find balance within, and respecting people without dimming your light. Absolutely, you don't need to dim your light. Actually, your light is the medicine. So continue to shine your light, because again, your light is nourishing the shadows of others. And sometimes what
Absolutely.
happens when we nourish the shadows for others, or even for ourselves, and that doesn't mean that you're doing it on purpose. It's just because you're doing the work and you're shining your own light, that can trigger people sometimes. That's not your responsibility, whatever that trigger
Nope.
is, right? So as long as you're being respectful and you're loving, whatever trigger comes up is really their responsibility to take care of. That's the reason why the shadows are there. The triggers are there for us to be able to see the parts of ourselves that still need some nourishment and love. So all you're doing is basically being that embodiment of light and bringing, again, that is part of the nourishment of the shadow, is that we bring light into it, so that we bring love into it, that we bring acknowledgement, acceptance, radical acceptance. All of those things are part of that nourishment. So I hope that um, so I hope that really resonates with you. And yeah, so that's you have this beautiful energy. She says she's been doing a lot of prayers. She's Catholic too. Yeah, so definitely those prayers are being answered. I mean, I can see that.
Absolutely.
And with
Definitely.
the prayers, you're basically paved the way for yourself and your loved ones. So just continue that path of yours. It's absolutely
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah. Spirit's definitely recognizing all that you are and making things like say answering your prayers so you can continue to shine that light and be authentically you. Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, so I'm disconnecting from your higher self now, Nikki. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so let's see. Do we have time for one more? I think
I'm
we
down.
do. Okay, we'll do one more. So Seashells she says, hello, Derrick. Hello, Jakara. Hi. She would like, okay, so do you want a reading as well? Or do you want Derrick to send you some healing?
Absolutely. I would love to.
Nikki said, "Thank you so much. The readings, so great, so grateful for both of us, and we're grateful for you for being here
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
participating."
Absolutely. Thank you for shining your light.
Yeah, so she would like a some healing sent to her. If there's
Okay.
any guidance that you can see, as you're sending her the healing.
Okay. Well, seashells, I'm just gonna ask you to kind of close your eyes and relax. Wherever you are, just close your eyes and relax and open yourself up to whatever you experience. Okay. And I'm gonna do the thing and just you just relax and just experience. I see shells. Felt like some grounding work. I see some kind of like energy going into your eyes, kind of open your eyes up to some things. But definitely felt a lot of grounding and being embraced by Mother Earth, and never forgetting also that divine energy coming in, that cosmic energy coming in. That never forget that you are this higher being. Also, as much as you're grounded and just embraced, completely embraced by Mother Earth and all Mother Earth has for you, you are this divine being having this experience. A lot of energy coming through. So I felt that I trust you felt that. Spirit saying you did. So I trust you felt that. So hope that helped you.
Thank you, Derrick, for that beautiful healing you sent to Seashells. And I pulled some cards for you, Seashells. And the first card that came up for you was the card of transformation, which is you are going through this transition right now. Okay.
Yeah.
But the problem is that right now you're being told to really start um, kind of taming the inner critic. Okay. That inner critic that shows up very often. You want to start taming that by sending it love. So paying attention to why that inner critic, sometimes the inner critic is an outside voice that eventually became an inner voice. So you want to make sure that you look into where that voice is coming from, and allowing yourself to move towards the opposite of whatever that that voice wants you to believe within yourself. The other thing that I see here is that as you go through this process of taming that inner critic, you will actually access your inner truth. Because the thing
Hmm.
is that once you tame that inner critic, then you know that's an outside voice that doesn't belong to you. Then you're able to actually see yourself in your truth, and see your inner truth. So really, and that will show up in abundance for you. Your inner truth will start just showing up in such a way that you're gonna be like, wow, like you'll probably do an 180 type of shift for the people that know you for a long time.
Yes.
And that is a lot of growth that is really being invited into your life. But part of that growth is going to be, really focusing on that right now. You want to focus on that yeah, on that. I'm hearing that inner truth, I'm hearing that inner guidance, like basically what, I don't know if you made it to the beginning of the session today, but I would highly recommend that you watch the replay for this live if you didn't get to watch the part where Derrick and I were discussing how to connect to your intuition. We talk a lot about that, about authenticity, about acceptance, about trusting ourselves, and that is basically part of your journey. Okay, so yeah, so she said that she felt it very much, Derrick. So thanks so much. She said thanks so much. So yeah, that's beautiful. So
You're very welcome.
hopefully that resonates with you, my love. And just remember that you are so loved and so guided. And we're
Absolutely.
here. So Seashells comes every Thursday. So don't be surprised
Oh,
when you
right
come back
on.
that you'll see her again. She's one of
Right
our
on. Right on.
regulars.
Yes, funny
She's
when
one
you
of
were
our
talking about
regulars.
transformation. When I was doing the healing, I showed her go. Spirit showed me her going down and being embraced by Mother Earth, but going through the fire, the transformative fire
Mm.
to get to the embrace. So what you're talking about transformation, it yeah, absolutely true, absolutely without a doubt true, and just like you say, incredible transformation. Like it showed me her spirit like so far away, being pulled so far away from where she is now. It's like say almost unrecognizable.
Yeah.
And yeah, very powerful. Very, very, very powerful stuff. It was literally like yanking her spirit, like, nope, you're way over here now. So
Yeah.
good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. Well, so everyone, that is the last reading. And again, if you want to connect with Derrick and you want to book a session with him, you can find him at evolveme.com and look him up at under Derrick McBride. That's his name. You can find him there. And let me know in the comments. Do you want me to bring Derrick back? Did you like your readings? Let me know in the comment, and then I'll bring him back. We'll figure out a day and time for him to
Yep.
come back and teach us something else, and
Yep.
hopefully do
We're
some more
blessed.
beautiful seeing readings that he does. I also wanted to mention, everyone, if you are interested in signing up for the class that I will be hosting at evolveme.com, the Soul Relationships class is going to be launched on January 21st. And you definitely want to make sure that you sign up for it soon, because the price will go up. The price for the class will go up after the 10th of January. So you want to make sure that you're one of those early birds that sign up. And then you're probably wondering, well, Jikara, what does it include? Well, let me tell you, it includes a lot. It's going to be 5 weeks, 5 weeks of learning. I'm going to be also including, and they're going to be live. Okay, so they're going to be live classes. You're going to have access to me. We're going to be able to answer all your questions. I'm going to also be including two clearings, two general clearings for you. One is going to be a soul relationship clearing, and another one is going to be a clearing to connect to the pendulum. You're going to be able to learn how to connect to the pendulum, and I have some specific charts that I channeled so that you can learn how to connect to your Akashic records from that grounded space. And guess what? You will be able to find out if your twin flame is actually incarnated or not, or if they are or if they're not, what is their purpose in your life and why you are being connected, or basically why they're in the ethers and not here to help you or to guide you or to connect with you. So definitely make sure that you look into that class. It's going to be really fun. If you've already taken the
Sounds
class
like beautiful
before,
stuff.
yeah, it is beautiful stuff, and I think it's going to be amazing. And also, if people have taken the class before, just so you know, this class is going to be like a 2.0. So I'm adding new things to this class, so you definitely want to take the class if you have taken it before. And
Sounds amazing.
especially because with the twin flame, this is such a like an elusive question. People
It
need
really is.
answers, and with this, I'm going to teach you how to know for sure that someone is actually your twin flame, and how to know for sure what is your path with that person. If you're meant to be in a romantic relationship or not, if you're meant to be friendship, or if you're meant to, or if you're meant to just do things separately, not be in union or separation. All of that you'll be able to answer within yourself with the system I'm gonna be showing you. So yeah,
Sounds like very
awesome.
empowering stuff. Very empowering.
Yeah,
And kind of,
exactly.
and it's somebody who's had a session with you. If you haven't had a session with Jikara, you gotta go check it out. She's very, very talented, extremely connected to spirit, and just wants to serve, wants to help heal. So can't recommend her enough.
Oh, thank you, Derrick. I freaking love you, and I can't express to you how grateful I am that I actually got to bring in a divine masculine into my channel. I want to bring more of you guys here into the channel. We need more of you here.
Absolute
And
pleasure.
then she says if can she watch the healing over again? Yeah, I think you can. She can,
Yeah.
right? If she needs a
Oh,
healing
absolutely.
again,
Yeah,
she can go back
absolutely.
and watch it. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
So
Absolutely.
so so then, okay, so we have yes for sure, bring Derrick back. We're getting yes, yes, yes. Okay, great. So we'll bring him back. We'll figure it out, y'all. But I'm just so grateful. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please subscribe. Please like this
Absolutely.
video, share with someone that you love. When you help me grow this channel, you help also others, because this is all about education. This is all about you guys. This is all about expansion and love. This is not about me. This is about the universe. So please do share the
Absolutely.
love, because this is all about expansion, right?
Yes, absolutely.
You feel
Expansion,
that, Derrick?
growth. Oh, I feel it, man. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I hope y'all can feel it, and man, just
Yeah, it's
embrace
so
it, embrace
beautiful.
it, embrace it.
I'm so grateful. So we're going to end now. Thank you, everyone. Namaste. Love you
Thank
all.
you. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you.